they need it and more.
Yes.
And I need to emphasize that, but we're going to go to a break. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that we need to do and be informed about, because the raising children is not easy.
Right.
And so special needs kids, that's why I asked that question about that added expense. We're going to go to a break. When we'll come back, we'll talk more to our guests, and hope that you can chime in on what we're talking about, and maybe at the end of the show you're going to see a contact number you can call, or Reverend Smith is going to give you another way that you can contact us. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia, add to her healthcare costs, sick days, even stunt her ability to learn. And the thing is, Sarah's not even born yet. Get proper nutrition before it's too late. Call or visit WIC. WIC provides nutrition information, healthcare referrals, even food. Your child has you, and you have WIC.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you. Plus, 2 against 1 is more intimidating when we force someone to sign a loan.
And I'll be sucking up to you in order to keep up the illusion.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this stuff, I don't think a lawyer can read this. It protects us. Make sure we get your home when you can't pay us back.
Such a lovely house.
Yeah. But don't worry. We're going to sell you credit life insurance. You don't really need it, but
Puts lots of cash in our pockets.
you look nervous. We better hurry and get you to sign. Or I'll pretend to ruin your credit with one phone call.
Predatory lenders are never this easy to spot. Call us and protect yourself with the facts.
Every day, online predators make their way into homes uninvited and unnoticed. Help delete online predators. To learn what you can do to protect your kids' online life, visit cybertipline.com.
And we're back, and again, we thank you for staying tuned. We have some announcements for you, and we have some more information. We're loving our guests, and we want to get back to them and their conversation that you can get involved with, because you need to know more about parents that have children with disabilities. I tell you, the greatest thing that we can do is understand, or somebody say, walk in their shoes, experience what they're experiencing. You appreciate what God has given to you.
Yeah, I want to first remind everyone that you can check out this show and other shows from D.A.P Ministry by logging on to YouTube and searching D.A.P Ministry TV show, and all of a sudden that search engine will show you all the shows that you can look for D.A.P Ministry. So that's D.A.P Ministries TV show. Use that as a search for YouTube, and you'll find this and other shows. Also, I'd like to mention that the Stronger Hope Baptist Church, pastored by Reverend Dr. J.C. Prophet Jr., well, the church family invite everyone, including the public, that's you, to celebrate Deaconess Rosa Cochran Maldine's 100th birthday.
You're being funny.
No, she's 100 years old, young, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be Sunday, July 14th. Now, they don't have a time on here, so I'm imagining it's 11 o'clock. But if you want more information, you can call the church 504-822-1105. That's 822-1105. Stronger Hope Baptist Church is located at 2401 South Galvin Street. And again, we'd like to say happy birthday to Deaconess Rosa Cochran Maldine on her 100th birthday. Yeah. Also, like to say hello, happy birthday to Brother Freddie Fields. His birthday was on this past week, and you don't mind me saying that he made 78. That's Brother Freddie Fields. Now, I also want to share with you that the Lost Street Baptist Church, the Lost Street Missionary Baptist Church, they're having their first annual Feast of 10 Tables. And I can imagine what that's all about. You go to 10 different tables and you can just feast all over. They got breads and they got meats and they got fruits and they got.
You like to talk about food.
Yeah, I like to talk about food. That's right. Well, this is their first annual Feast of 10 Tables, and it's at the Law Street Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, and that's at 3132 Law Street, 3 p.m. and that's tomorrow, Saturday, July 13th. There's no number to contact, but if you just go there with something in your hand, you could check it out. Again, that's the first annual Feast of 10 Tables, and I don't need to go to all 10 myself, but you're
going to go to 8 at least, eh?
Maybe the meat table for sure, Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about, and I love the way you said it, you love our guests. Let's talk about our dessert, what we have here right now. Two lovely ladies, Aisha Johnson and Tiecha Keiffer, and Families Helping Families. You got a question?
No, I think we were continuing the question about the burden, and Sister Johnson explained it so well. It's not a burden to her, but the realization is it costs more. It costs more, and so the realization is how do you compensate for that cost? Do you get assistance? Do you and I don't want to be too personal, but I know family, extended family sometimes have family members to come in and help, because even with families that don't have special needs kids, you have grandparents, you have uncles, aunts, and they come and help raise them children because they need some help.
Right.
Well, we have a grant through, we have a funder actually who through our office, and it's called Metropolitan Human Services District, which is otherwise known as the Office of Citizens with Developmental Disabilities. And they provide a service for parents or people with disabilities in general, from birth all the way up to the adult age. And those services are things like personal care assistants that can come to your home and help you, with your child and to give you a break. They do small monetary things. They get the families on the waiver waiting list, which is a list where you get on to receive additional services for life. It's a variety of services that they can help. There's also another service where families to family health services, and they help you navigate that medical system to help pay for different therapies and different medical equipment that your child may need. And then there's also medical grants that they help you research and look for and apply for. So there's things out there, but the parents just need the information to know it's out there. And of course, yes, we have our families.
Yeah, that goes a long ways, because recently we had a former Tulane football student who got hurt playing football, so now he's disabled, and so he has a special need. His special need, I think they decided to build him a separate bedroom because his special chair could not get through the hallway. So those things, and I really want you to talk about some of the things, because you may not be experiencing it, but you may have dealt with individuals that they need maybe a special ventilator or things of that nature that help people, feeding tubes, things that we that don't have special needs take for granted.
Right. There's things that our parents need, feeding tubes. Accessibility is a huge issue, so we try to make sure that places that we send people are ADA compliant, which is where you have wide enough doors for wheelchairs to get through. There's parents who may call that need accessible vans, so that they can, with lifts on them, to lift their children and put them in a car. There's also, we're in the age of technology now, so there's also a lot of assistive technology. We're using a lot of iPads for our kids who are nonverbal to actually communicate. It's a wide variety of things that that's needed with with that.
You talked about it a minute ago about miracles, when the doctor told you that your son would never walk and do the things that he's doing right now, and we recognize that that's a miracle. I'm imagining, because I can tell you about some of the young kids that I experienced at a former church I used to be a member of, and this individual was in a wheelchair, and then from the wheelchair start walking, from walking, just totally doing things that probably we would think was unimaginable, but started as a young child and developed into a young adult, and mixed with technology, of course. Here's the other part of that we deal with when the doctor says this is what's going to happen. Here's the spiritual part, or the faith part that comes along and say, well, God didn't tell me that, and you have to believe God for it. And I guess the doctor's saying, well, you're just wasting your time because I just told you my diagnosis, and you're just wasting your time. So kind of walk us through some things like that. I know that's a great experience that they hear doctors give a diagnosis, and then it comes back totally different from what he's already projected.
I think the experience I had was that my doctor was a Christian. So even though he told us things and Kobe was in the ICU, I remember my doctor saying, he pointed up to the sky and he was like, the big guy has the last say. And my parents are ministers, and we were at Children's Hospital, and we prayed in their chapel and prayed with their nurses and prayed and prayed and prayed. So even though the doctor said those things, we were prepared for those things. However, we continued to pray and keep our eyes on Jesus and what he can do. And so Kobe is 15 now, and he's walking and he's talking, and he has autism and he has some issues, but he plays basketball, and I try to include my kids in everything, because we want our kids to be productive citizens just like everybody else. We don't want them to be secluded. When he leaves high school, there is no secluded Walmart, there is no secluded movie theater. He's gonna have to interact with other people. So that's our goal, and that's what at Families Helping Families, we promote a lot of inclusion of people with disabilities. Why? Because we want to promote acceptance on our part for people who don't have disabilities, and then we want the people with disabilities to see, hey, I may be different, but I'm a part of this community as well, and I can do whatever it is that I need to do.
Amen. Sister Keiffer, give that information where y'all located before we go off.
Yes, 7240 Crowder Boulevard, Suite 202, New Orleans East, 70127. The contact number is 504-943-0343. Again, that's 504-943-0343, and the website is www.fhfsela.org.
Again, we thank God for our guests. Thank God for you, the viewers. We always say to our viewers, go to a church of your choice and worship the Lord. We invite you to come out to True Love Missionary Baptist Church, 2710 Phillips Street. Worship time is at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we have a great time. Just come out and worship with us. Again, we thank God for our co-hosts. Till next time, God bless you and God keep you. That's our prayer.